can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
Yes, my name is Mathis. I'm French. I work for a company called Coding Game. It's a platform for developers to improve, a free platform with games and coding games. And this at Infoshare, I'm presenting a talk about deepfakes and detecting them, which is one of my side projects I've been building for a while.
Can you tell us what are deepfakes for those who may not know?
Yes, so deepfakes, the classic interpretation, the term means usually a video that is doctored to make it look like someone is saying something or doing something. My interest in particular was on more static deepfakes, so images, especially, artificial people, faces that don't exist actually.
So how can people actually be more aware and what they can do to actually kind of check for those?
Yes, so as you mentioned, these kind of deepfakes are used in good ways, but also in bad ways. So political influence, also scams on the internet. So to create profiles, social media profiles that look trustworthy. And so, I wanted to build a detector for that. But more in general, we need to be aware that nowadays it's very hard to detect with just our human brain whether or not it's a real picture. One game I played with the audience is I show them 9 pictures and there's one people among them and they have to guess. And usually there's like maybe 1 in 5 people who can guess correctly. So we are not built to detect that. And AIs nowadays are getting scary good at this. So I'm not sure there's a good way now to like accurately detect, to see if a profile picture is real or not. So my advice would be careful with everyone on the internet, especially people you don't know, because fakes are just everywhere now.
Are there any like trends or specific sectors or topics that are most common for having fakes and deep fakes that we should be aware about?
The places that make money doing dirty stuff on the internet. So there's scams. There's a lot of scams, especially in cryptocurrency, since stealing money from bank accounts can kind of be tracked. Stealing cryptocurrency, money just basically vanishes and you can't recover it and find out who's behind that. There's also political influence is a lot. We hear a lot about Russian boat farms. They are not the only ones doing that, but they are very present in there. And also, I'm currently working on an investigation on a network of fake profiles on LinkedIn. I've received yesterday an invite on LinkedIn and decided to dig into that. I'm not sure exactly what their motivations are, but I have a gut feeling that it's maybe about collecting a lot of personal data.
That was going to be my question. What are actually the reasons behind somebody kind of creating a fake profile, for example, on LinkedIn?
Well, because first, if you act in your own identity and you are doing illegal stuff, that's not super smart. And also, it allows you having like AI to do impersonation and be as if you were a real person. It allows just one person to have the online presence of like hundreds or thousands of people. So you can amplify some thoughts that are very minor, but actually you talk about them everywhere and people feel like there's a lot of strong opinions in that topic, whereas it's actually only one person.
Are there any signs that we should be mindful of that could we use like an alarm bell that that does not look right?
Yeah, it's kind of hard because, well, of course, bots and scammers and things like that will, of course, behave in ways to influence us and get something from us, whether it's influencing our opinions or stealing stuff. But I think there's also so many real stupid people online. That's, you know, sometimes you can't really make the difference. So yeah, be also careful of that.
You created a tool to kind of discover and uncover those deepfakes. Are there any other tools that people could use to check for those?
For now, yes, there are a few indicators. So for example, many deepfake pictures created with a model that's called StyleGAN. So that's the most common network that used to be before like Midjourney, DALL-E and stuff like this. This model, it has a very strong specificity. It's that the picture is always a square and the eyes are always in the same place, like near the center of the image. And so two images will, from that platform, will always have their eyes at that place. So that's one of the things when I see a profile, and it rings my alarm bell, but it's only for that platform, which is currently used a lot, but it's diminishing due to the rise of much more powerful stuff. So yeah, it's at one point we will not have good enough detection techniques. So that's scary.
There seems to be a lot of risk, and we've been talking a little bit about the static images, as we mentioned, but there are also videos. Now we're going more into also voice-related scams. What kind of should be more mindful of? What can we do? Do you think there should be some regulations, or maybe companies who are actually creating those platforms, this AI to create such tools, should have some kind of checks implemented to prevent that?
Yes, it's a very hard question because now we're realizing that AI has moved extremely fast and we were not especially prepared to that, especially to nefarious people using that technology. And so, yeah, for example, you have your boss on the phone. They're like, yeah, I need for this secret merger project. Don't talk to anyone about that. I need you to transfer funds to another account. And it's your actual boss, their number and stuff. And it's super hard to have this presence of mind to tell yourself something is not right, because they make it so that it feels so right that it can't be like someone else. And so, yeah, the technology, we need to, of course, talk to the users, but the users are not, absolutely not the only barrier. We also need the companies, the platforms and everything to secure their stuff, put authentication. So for example, phone calls, you can spoof a phone number right now, and it's very easy to call someone as any number. And so, yeah, security layers also come from technology, and the users are not responsible, the only people responsible for securing their own life.
We talked about cases where the kind of profiles, the pictures are like created from the scratch, but there are also cases where people actually are stealing someone's identity, either by the image, the voice, or in a video. Is there any way we could somehow secure ourselves from such instances?
Yes, identity theft is also a big thing, and especially I think in the USA, where I feel like it's much easier to just, with an ID and a social security number, open a bank account, get a loan, and just get like a few tens of thousands of dollars. So yeah, we also need to use technology to put protections against that. So I'm not advocating for like creating a centralized file of all the citizens and all their personal information, which would be very dangerous as well, but a way to verify that it's actually you and something that is actually managed by the state or by a trusted entity, whatever that is also a strong thing, a strong barrier against identity theft.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.